It's that day, folks. The day where Kyle and I aren't dressed up. It's Halloween. Lots of fun stuff going on, but we're talking about Carvana, Ford, Starbucks, Time Innovations of the Year.
Whoa.
We are tripping over ourselves we can't wait to use our Halloween segue button.
We got to nail it. I'm praying that we got it locked and loaded.
That the new guy actually remembered.
Oh,
if you haven't seen,
guy.
We hired a new production person, Spencer. And Nathan was like, Spencer was like, do we still have that Halloween segue button? Oh, yeah, we do.
Oh, yes, we do.
You got to have to stick around for a few minutes. We'll figure out a way to use it.
But you can't just play it. You can't just like let it out of the bag.
I almost did.
You know what I mean?
So close to playing.
Yeah, you were about to. I saw you reach over to that.
I did. Oh, you saw that.
If you didn't know, we've just hired, we're a small team here, but we've just hired two incredible new personalities, people that are part of the Asoda team. We've got Spencer, he's on our production team, and then we've got Jeanne, she's in our partner relationships team. So you may see some of them hanging around the Asoda halls on LinkedIn, at NADA.
Show them some love.
Yeah, show them some love on LinkedIn.
It's so fun. We were talking yesterday. So we've been at the Roman Auto Group the last few days shooting an episode for season 2 of More Than Cars. It'll be released next year. But we were talking yesterday about who asked us this? Was it Zach Kinch? We were on their podcast and he asked about what's it like to hire and recruit, because we were talking about the value of making content and how that is a big recruiting tool. If you're a dealership, is making good content, people know who you are. And we were like, we're really fortunate to be in this place now where we're 3 to 4 years in, and because we make so much content, people know what we believe, they get excited about what we're excited about, and we have this community, is that hiring becomes very attractional.
Yep. And
then it's like you get people that join the team who already believe what you believe and want to like intrinsically make more of that in the world. So Jeanne is definitely that, because she's been in the industry. Can't wait for you to get to know her a little bit better. And Spencer, kind of like, he used to work for Nathan back in the day, and now he works for Nathan again. I guess it's just Nathan.
Basically, there's blackmail somewhere in there. I'm just messing. No. It's real good. It's real good.
Maybe we get a little reverse blackmail. Maybe Spencer's got some dirt.
Maybe Spencer has the dirt. Nathan's like, keep him close.
Yeah. Yeah.
There he comes. Little.
Spencer's not on the live stream this morning, so
maybe
not.
So good.
Oh, hey, we got a couple things going on. We have a great Asoda Edge webinar that we had last week that you can get on replay. It's a mall with Full Throttle talking about free TV. You can go to asoda.com and get that, download it, get the recording still. It's worth watching, especially if you're a marketer. More Than Cars episode 4 coming in super hot, less than 2 weeks now. Less than 2 weeks.
I'm so excited for
November
it.
13th. This episode is going to be so amazing.
So dope.
It's going to be so amazing. Very competitive environment, lots of surprises, lots of energy, and just a real fun way to wrap up season 1 with our friends at Mohawk Chevrolet. Especially want to give thanks to our partner for that episode, UVeye, who they have their system in Mohawk Chevrolet, and they helped us make this episode possible. Couldn't have recorded it, filmed it without it, and they've been super patient on releasing the episode. Sometimes, again, we're a small team. It took us a while to get through this one, but we got through it. Speaking of UVeye, bam!
That's a good segue.
Segue into the show. Let's go.
I like a little thriller. Look, this is just a little special. I want to give a shout out to our friends at UVeye doing the automotive industry right. Their AI-driven automated inspection system. You've probably seen the things that the cars drive through. It was actually on Time Magazine's most 2024 best inventions list, which is pretty amazing. It's showcasing innovations that transform daily life. That's the Time list. They recognize its impact on safety, reliability, and transparency, which is something we know every consumer wants. So that's a win for the industry. They're used by over 300 US dealers and scan 500,000 vehicles monthly in the service drive. CEO Amir Hever calls the honor, quote, a testament to the ingenuity of his team, and giving the credit right back to the team.
So cool.
So,
yeah.
Claps for our friends.
I love seeing like an inside auto. I mean, obviously they do a lot of other stuff outside of auto, but like an inside auto technology company breaking into this really
timeless, baby. Yeah, really great for them. Congrats on that. All right, let's get into some news. It came late in the day, but there's been all the chatter on this. Carvana posted their Q3 net income, which was very impressive, impressed Wall Street, despite an 80% decline from last year's figures. Like they've really come a long way. The net income hit $148 million, up 208% from Q2, but down from Q3 last year, 741 million. Here's the deal though. Vehicle sales rose 100 to 108,000, up 34% year over year. Operating income reached 337 million, up 602% year over year. Here's the real one. Gross profit per vehicle climbed 25%, supported by the reduced cost structure and faster sales. CEO Ernie Garcia praised the quote efficient growth from Carvana's ADESA network expansion, enhancing cost efficiency and customer experience. Brian Kramer had a great post on this.
Yeah, he did.
He called it a monster finish for Q3, and he said credited the company's disciplined acquisition and inventory management strategies. You look at their grosses per car, front end, back end, like, dang, like they are disciplined. Yep. That was at the point of his post. He said, don't tell me they don't have a disciplined strategy, which is obviously what he's all about.
Well, they introduced this year that price tracker, right, for your car. And I think like I didn't see anywhere in the report, but if I had to guess, that thing has a massive impact.
I get emails. I still get emails for cars I don't own.
I get the cars. Here's the other, like, if we just remember, Q3 of last year was raging for them. Mm-hmm. Q4 was when they just went into the tank. Mm-hmm. And even as late as Q1 of this year, people were like, are they even going to make it? Stock price was under $10. And now it is just like
250
booming 250. It was up 25% in trading after their Q3 reports. Crazy.
Dude, that's yeah. So, I mean, I think, you know, one of the comment I made on Brian's post was like, there is always so much to learn from a situation like this, because, you know, when you have a fast horse or a motivated horse running next to you, it makes you pay attention, run a little faster. And just like when Carvana first came out, my position was like, they're doing us a great service by showing us what it is that consumers are actually gravitating toward. Yep. And I think we made a lot of positive changes in the industry as a result of Carvana hitting the market. And I think this is also showing us that these things, like Brian mentioned, discipline, acquisition strategy, you know, steady marketing, or giving the customer what they want, the value tracker, all the things you just mentioned. I think that's going to help make us all better in some way.
It's just art of possible, right? It's like, oh, that is possible to do. Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to have a segue there, but I couldn't. We're going to use the button maybe one more time. We got to work this. Ford is pausing their F-150 Lightning production for 7 weeks. So basically through the end of the year into January, responding to slower than expected demand for their electric pickup. Production is going to stop on November 15th, resume on January 6th after a holiday break, as they adjust to find a better mix of sales growth and profitability. Despite they have an 86% year-to-date sales increase through September. Wow. Lightning did lose the title as the best-selling electric pickup. The Cybertruck took that. Ford supply of models is still high. 100-day supply of the F-150 Lightning, 130 days of the Mustang Mach-E, 128 days of the E-Transit. Per Cox Automotive data, CEO Jim Farley remains optimistic about the long-term strategy, but acknowledges, quote, the slow uptake of EVs, emphasizing the company's pivot to more affordable EV platforms over the years. He said, though, quote, I wouldn't trade our strategy for any of our competitors. So he's still confident, it sounds like.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it is kind of wild that you can basically take 2 months off and still be good on day supply of a car.
Well, at least they're doing that, and they're just not throwing money on the hood. Like, think of old school,
instead of just like shoving more cars down
grand on the hood.
Yeah, down into dealers' inventory. You know, we'll see if they can keep pace, especially now that the Cybertruck has introduced the slightly lower price model. And there's most likely going to be an even lower price model coming out there. And it is.
When's the Scout coming live? That's 2026. I think.
Scout's a hot minute.
So we got a year though.
Yeah, and then you've got GM doing a great job with trucks as well.
Silverado is really nice.
Yeah, this is it's going to be a definite fight in 2025 for kind of truck king title that Ford just constantly holds in a lot of the US. You know, it's kind of like the Silverado in a part of it and the F-150 in a part of it. Like, is the Cybertruck just going to win? We'll see. But kind of wild. 100-day supply. Yikes.
I know. Speaking of kind of wild.
That's a good segue.
I love this one because I'm an oat milk guy.
This also, I'll give you like an even more, not just like I'm an oat milk guy, but Starbucks is giving non-dairy milk fans a break by dropping the extra fee for non-dairy milk customization starting November 7th. This change coincides with Starbucks' holiday menu launch, and customers can now enjoy soy, oat, almond, or coconut milk without added costs. The new CEO, Brian Nichols, says the shift supports Starbucks culture of drink personalization, which we know that you got your non-fat, no whip, bibbity bobbity,
Right. Half calf,
right.
No
Half
ice,
calf, no ice,
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
It's funny when you read those. Ask GPT to create you the most complicated Starbucks order. They're so much fun to read.
That's so smart. The non-dairy milk customizations are the second most popular modification, just after the number of espresso shots in a drink. Customers could see a 10% price reduction on orders with non-dairy milk adjustments. All right, I'm gonna give my story first because like my wife has a lot of allergies, right? And dairy is one of them, but also gluten and a lot of other things that end up costing her and consequently our family or other people that we're with more money to cook meals, eat out, get drinks. And it's not because she wouldn't get the regular milk. It's because she literally can't. And I'm telling you this, will all people rejoice that like, maybe like you're like, I'm an oat milk guy. I don't want to pay more for that. But for people that kind of because of allergies are required to be put in this position to order something that costs more, I'm telling you, like when I tell my wife she's going to celebrate, she'll probably go to Starbucks more just because it's like, thank goodness for someone not making me pay more for something that I can't control.
Interesting. That's a great point. I think from a consumer perspective standpoint, what we can learn from this is that they see the value. So I think it's like if you want oat milk, it's like a 30 cents upcharge, right? And if you have a $3 coffee, right, 10%. I think they understand that the biggest win is not the 30 cents and the extra margin there. The biggest win is people feeling like they can order whatever they want, saying, hey, this is the place where you get it exactly like you want it. And I think in any retail, including automotive, figuring out a way to give people exactly what they want and have them start to make that association. It is what I want, how I want it. They can order their venti double cup extra hot nitro cold brew quad espresso with sweet cream, matcha cold foam, and caramel hazelnut drizzle.
Thanks, GPT.
I know. I had to do it. I just had to do it.
Yeah. And I mean, for auto, it's like, this is the argument for omni-channel retailing, right? Where it's like the customer can buy how they want and you give them the capacity for that. The process being customized and curated based on the way that they'd like to go through the process. Even then you hit everything, whether you're financing or paying cash or whatever, you don't get, incentivized options to do one or the other. It's just, hey, look, it looks like you're buying. Let's do it that way.
It is. Speaking of the outro, I had to do it one more time. I had to hit the outro button one more time. Little Michael Jackson. All right. But look, we've had a lot of fun with you today. We hope you go out there, have some fun on Halloween, a great time to connect with your community and your team around some smiles, selling some cars, taking care of some people. We'll see you tomorrow when it will be November.
Everywhere I go, the people really want to know who I is and who I be. They stop and stare when they see me. If it's at once, no need to repeat. Run up on me, watch you fall to your knees. Tip my hat when it's time for the kill. Ain't no peace when you're really real.